Del presidente Donald Trump, que dice: me complace anunciar que las autoridades provisionales de Venezuela entregarán entre 30 y 50 millones de barriles de petróleo de alta calidad y autorizado a los Estados Unidos. Este petróleo se venderá a su precio de mercado y yo, como presidente de los Estados Unidos, controlaré ese dinero para garantizar que se utilice en beneficio del pueblo venezolano y de Estados Unidos. He solicitado al secretario de Energía, Chris Wright, que ejecute este plan de inmediato. Se transportará en buques de almacenamiento directamente a los muelles de descarga en Estados Unidos. Gracias por su atención, Donald Trump, presidente de los Estados Unidos de América.
Generally in American history, when we intervene in another country, whether true or not, we come up with a high-minded pretense. Liberating a people, spreading democracy, introducing baseball to the Japanese. They complained at first, but it was totally worth it. On what moral foundation will this conflict be framed?
We're going to get the oil flowing the way it should be. We're going to have a presence in Venezuela as it pertains to oil.
Seems a little on the nose. Oil, precious commodity, certainly, but not the reason a country formed 250 years ago on the ideas of liberty and self-determination would go into a country and snatch a man at night. There must be a slightly more noble pretense.
We need total access. We need access to the oil. We're going to be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground.
Sir, again, I see where we're going here. Do you mind just reframing that? I'm not quite clear on the high-minded principle behind this.
In other words, we'll be selling oil.
Is this your first war? I mean, what the f***? All right, let's table this for now. Senator Lindsey Graham, you're an old hand at warmongering. You've done this a bunch. You're on the plane. Can you help this dude out with the casus belli and keep Trump from bringing it back to oil?
There are going to be Americans alive today because he shut down a narco-terrorist state called Venezuela. This is a good thing, not a bad thing.
And the oil companies are going to go in and rebuild their system.
God damn it!
For the oil industry in Venezuela to be controlled by adversaries of the United States. You have to understand, why does China need their oil? Why does Russia need their oil? Why does Iran need their oil? They're not even in this continent. This is the Western Hemisphere. This is where we live. And we're not going to allow the Western Hemisphere to be a base of operation for adversaries, competitors, and rivals of the United States.
Have specific oil companies?
We also want to see that oil and the proceeds from it.
The United States of America is running Venezuela. By definition, that's true. We live in a world in which you can talk all you want about international niceties and everything else. But we live in a world, in the real world, Jake, that is governed by strength, that is governed by force, that is governed by power. We have the United States military stationed outside the country. We set the terms and conditions. We have a complete embargo on all of their oil and their ability to do commerce. So for them to do commerce, they need our permission. For them to be able to run an economy, they need our permission. The United States is using its military to secure our interests unapologetically in our hemisphere. We're a superpower, and under President Trump, we are going to conduct ourselves as a superpower. It is absurd that we would allow a nation in our own backyard to become the supplier of resources to our adversaries, but not to us.
By the way, Venezuela, everyone, they're marching in the streets. They love it, except in New York. I mean, where they find these people? These people, they're not like, these people are a mess. I know it's not nice to say that. These people are a mess. Where do they find these people? They're the worst looking people I've ever seen. They got hats that are all frayed and all, they look like, they're all paid.
Mark, what's the pin? For Renee Nicole Good, who was murdered. We're in the middle of a
a war with Venezuela that we illegally invaded. He's telling the world that international law doesn't matter to him. The only thing that matters to him is his own morality. But the guy is a convicted felon or convicted rapist. He's a pedophile. He's the worst human being in the world. If we're relying on this guy's morality for the most powerful country in the world, then we're all in a lot of trouble. So this is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today. I know I'm one of them. I love this country, and what I'm seeing here happening is not America.
What motivated you to enlist? Poverty. I joined the Army because of poverty. You know, the number one recruitment tool of the United States military is to go to highly impoverished areas and offer things that America doesn't offer you, like health care, housing, income, stability. We offer our soldiers socialism to go abroad and defend capitalism. And I was too poor to say no, because the longer I was in the military and the more I saw what America did abroad and what we were really, our true motivations were, it made me realize that America was not on the right path. And you know, I would talk to Iraqis and say, hey, why do you hate America so much? And they would say, you know, you invaded our country, you blew our neighborhoods up. Started realizing, shit, maybe we're the bad guys.
Este país frente a un enemigo tan poderoso como el que tiene al lado 90.000, donde tuvieron una actitud muy decidida y muy firme, sin vacilaciones de ninguna clase, ¿no? El imperialismo se habría tragado a este país. Este país, entre otras cosas, lo ayuda a salvar su verticalidad, su firmeza, su valor, su falta de miedo. Si nosotros vaciláramos, si retrocediéramos con ese imperialismo, ese como los peces voraces en el mar. Conversando con algunos compañeros del Ministerio del Interior, le contaban que quien ha pescado alguna vez en el fondo del mar, ve cómo se comportan las picúas, por ejemplo. Se aparecen por allí. Si usted le va huyendo, y le conté una experiencia que me pasó a mí una de las primeras veces que estábamos pescando por ahí. Un día, me habían enseñado el mar, me entusiasmó, y una picúa está dando vuelta y está enseñando los dientes. Entonces, me voy replegando hacia el bote. Medida muy prudente. Pero la picúa se ponía más agresiva. Entonces siento vergüenza de estar en aquella actitud de retirada frente a la picúa. Viro hacia la picúa y voy para arriba de la picúa. Y entonces salió huyendo. Salió huyendo enseguida. Desde entonces, ya, desde luego nosotros la lección frente al imperialismo la sabíamos de antes. Quiero decir que muchos años después del triunfo de la revolución, un pescador me enseñó al fondo del mar y como a muchos compañeros de la revolución nunca habían pescado submarinos ni nada de eso. No estoy haciendo una propaganda al deporte, ni mucho menos me la estoy haciendo a mí, por supuesto. Estoy diciendo una experiencia y le contaba, es el instinto que tienen muchos animales, que cuando ven que han desarrollado el instinto de devorarse, cuando huye la presa es cuando se envalentonan y la persiguen. Si este país frente al imperialismo, que es fiera, picúa, tiburón, buitre, todas las alimañas juntas, este pequeño país demostrara temor frente a los imperialistas y vacilaciones, nos habrían devorado. Y por eso lo único que nunca encontrarán en este país, ni vacilación, ni temor, y con una firmeza tremenda. Y cuando quieran devorarnos, tienen que traernos enteritos, desde el yunque de Baracoa, y que me decís, hasta Guanacaví, ¿eh? Tienen que traernos enteritos.
Lo que nos pasa, nos puede suceder la misma cosa. Son esas mismas cosas que nos marginan, nos matan la memoria, nos queman las ideas, nos quitan las palabras. Si la historia la escriben los que ganan, eso quiere decir que hay otra historia. La verdadera historia, quien quiera oír, que oiga.